Mahabiga, no deheyo, no madago, no sanigo, no gele doret, no magarion, Garifuna onward. Ogaya, no fodaha, abagaradaho, Bay, the People's Garifuna Dictionary. Manihe Lida Garifuna Luma English. And from English to Garifuna as well. And that's the NGC logo. You could compare it to the Belize flag's coat of arms. So whenever you see the logo, you know it's NGC, which is the National Garifuna Council, which is based in Belize. And so here at the bottom, it has the UNESCO Declaration. So in May 2001, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, proclaimed the Garifuna language, music, and dance as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. So that's a huge honor. And so that definitely helped to propel, attention towards the learning and the teaching of the Garifuna language. So that's the side, and that's the back of the book. So let's jump in. So this book was, was made possible through the contribution of many, and it was coordinated and edited by Roy Cayetano, who's a linguist himself, a poet, former member of the, I believe, president of the National Garifuna Council. So the first ever publication was done, of this book was done in 1993, February of 1993. And this version here that I have was reprinted in November 2005. And it has a quote at the front. It says, So gugu guda wame ke wabihini hamage wayunago, which means let us pass it on as we got it from our forefathers. And this is referring to the language, of course, the Garifuna language. So it has a dedication to many who helped to make this project possible. So there is a dedication to Candido Harold Arzu. There is a dedication to the Carib language group, and there is a dedication to Roman Zuniga, who was a linguist himself, who pushed the project along. There is a acknowledgement section. There is the contents, where for the introduction there is the orthography, which is the orthography from Merriam-Webster's dictionary. It means the art of writing words with the proper letters according to standard language. So it's a way for you to understand, how to read the letters and the words once you see them written in Garifuna, spoken, or you see it in a sentence or a paragraph or a book, whatever the case is. You'll know how to use the words, the letters properly, based on a standard, an established standard. So it has the arrangement of the dictionary, the abbreviations, and then part 2 from Garifuna to English, part 1 from Garifuna to English, part 2 from English to Garifuna. It has some names of places as well in part 2. And in part 3, there's some miscellaneous items, including the Belize national anthem, Leremu Balisi, the months of the year, Hati Lida Irumu, and also riddles, the B Nasu. Alright, so it has a preface and notes on rewriting this edition from Eroy Cayetano on behalf of NGC, the National Garifuna Council. There is the introduction and the orthography, as I said before, and how certain words are pronounced or letters are pronounced, and how the dictionary is arranged. So, for example, abroad, which is an adverb, so abroad is lisuru ne, or another word which is separated by a comma is wararu. And then here on this page, it shows how to use, these different, how to use te, to, tibu, tiwa, tiu, tiu, and tells you whether it's masculine or feminine, whether it's singular, and what person it is, first person, second person, third person, and what the abbreviations mean. So you have seen an adverb before, ADV. And then part 1 is the English. And what I like, they have quotes, at the bottom of the cover page for that section. And in this case, it's, I believe it's a song from Mahabal Flores, Tila Ni Bugaya, Biya Wana, Guburigu, Nagaba Yara Balisige, Gamare Re Yadibu Nege Bugagio, Neruko Manini Siabumoti, Kaba Barienga Lo, Tila Nibugaya, Vida Aba Uremo Punta. Says from a Punta song, and then it has the words. For example, the word Aba, which is an adjective meaning one or a, and it's similar in terms of pronunciation and spelling to the word Abba, which is an adverb, which means then or after that. So it goes on, so you can look for whatever word you want to find or want to know the English, what it means in English, or what it means in English. For example, the word Bena is door, the word Barana is sea. You can go ahead and just look through and scroll through and be familiar with these words. So for the word for April is Suru. That's one word, and a very common word is Iri, which is name. Kabiri, Nugele. So you would respond Nugele and say your name after. In example, Nugele Doret. My name is Doret. When you hear that word, kapiri, meaning what is your name? And then this is the English to Garifuna section, part 2. And here is a translation of that song that was in Garifuna in part 1. This is the English translation. Tila, my older sister, I only get news of you from Belize City. They say you now have a Creole man. You can't even say good morning. So what will you tell him? Tila, my older sister. So that's the translation to that song. And then it has, let's choose a word, arrive, which is a transitive verb. Achulura, or chulu. It has several different words for arrive. Aburugwa, amura. The word coal is delay, delity, or not coal, but delity. Color, kaluru, or this word that you could say, put the dash in front, meaning you can say something goes in front and then after igulao. This word, faith, afieni, fat, debone, favor, fulese. You can go ahead and look through the book. You know, it's very, you can see the words clearly. You know, it's a letter size book. It's, you know, easy to carry, to travel. I wish it was smaller, but probably half the size in terms of, you know. So it could fit better places, but it's letter size, so it works. Soup. Then let's check out the back. So at the back, in part, before part 3 are the names of places. For example, Hopkins is Uganda, St. Bite is Sembedi, Punta Gorda is Paini, Puerto Barrios is Barrio, Guatemala is Guademalu, and so on. Belize, Belize. So whenever you hear someone say Belize, it means Belize. And then part 3 has these miscellaneous topics. One is the Belize national anthem, yes, Land of the Free, Agera Libertian. Then it has special days. In this section, it has the days of the week, the months of the year, days of the week. For example, Samude, okay, today is Saturday, Samude. We're in the month of September, Lobuni Giri, or the Nefu Hati. So 2 ways to say September in Garifuna. Then they have special days, for example, TV Ramos and Garifuna Heroes Day, which is coming up on November 13th, which is coming up soon. And this is how you would say in Garifuna: Leye Yuri TV Ramos Hama Amo Garinago Sasamo. And then they have measurements, Amisurahani. Then they have the proverbs, for example, number 15, Gariti Aguyuti. Retribution hurts. And from this side, you have, let's go with number 5. Luego le dice, Webuga wasa dire lihuru wa wanugu. It is as we proceed on our journey that we feel the weight of our burden. And then there are riddles, and then there are answers to the riddles. So this has been a review of, and this is my final notes. So this is my go-to in terms of English to Garifuna translation or Garifuna to English translation. So I'm constantly looking in this to get help with translation, and I would recommend it to anyone. I bought this for $30 Belize in Dangriga at Oscar Bookstore, and yeah, the People's Garifuna Dictionary. Go get it if you don't have it. If you're interested in learning Garifuna, or just to have it as a resource, this is the book, one of the books to have. Sereme. Thank you for tuning in. See you on the next one. Ayo.